Hey everybody, it is Scott the Steehnroller Steen coming to you from deep in the bowels of the Winners and Winers Sports and Entertainment Complex to bring you today's Deep-3. As always, you know the drill. If you're having some fun liking what we're doing here, we'd appreciate it if you take a minute just to smash that thumb. Boom, there you go. See, it's done. It's out of the way. Beautiful job. Of course, don't forget to check out me and my buddy Scott Reichel doing our daily show, heading back to the window every weekday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, right here on the YouTubes, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, wherever you watch your live videos. This is the spot. And of course, don't forget to tell us what you're playing, whatever plays you got cooked up for today. Put them in the comments section. You get them right, hey man, we'll give you the shout out. And you get enough of them right, you could wear the much envied crown of capper of the day. All right, guys, quick recap of yesterday's action. We did have a nice play on Utah State. They absolutely took care of business against a pretty bad New Mexico team. So, well done indeed to the Aggies, and they end up winning the Mountain Division of the Mountain West. As Boise State dropped their game to San Diego State. So there you go. As far as the other plays goes, started off the day well on the premium side. We did have the Boise State, San Diego State under 44. If you had the over there, time to call the cops. They got to 43 with 8 minutes and 36 seconds left in the third period. Figured we were fucked. And lo and behold, punt, missed field goal, end of game. There you go. It's stuck on 43, so we'll take the win there. And almost had the miracle push in our late game. We had North Carolina State. They were down by 11. Scored 2 touchdowns. Got the onside kickback and scored a touchdown. Went for 2 to get it to 6 and couldn't get there. That was just a terrible 2-point conversion play. So didn't get it done. Wolfpack did win, but they did not cover. So we go 1-1 on the premium side. We had K-State on our Bet the Farm play. Skylar Thompson ended up not playing that game. Howard didn't have a terrible game. Deuce Vaughn went nuts, but they just couldn't get that one big stop at the end. K-State ends up losing by 5, missing the cover of the 3. So overall, 2-2 on the day. And we'll take a look at the much-promised Deep-3 for today, kids. We're going to start off in the SEC because the SEC won't let me be. Let me be me, you know me. Take Vanderbilt, plus 31 over Tennessee. It's the Battle of the Tennessee Kids rivalry game, right? No, Vandy hasn't won a conference game yet, and that's not going to change today. They're not going to beat the Volunteers, but here's the deal. They've actually been scoring some points lately. Not a ton, but a ton per Vandy. They've beat the number in 4 of their last 5. Meanwhile, don't look now, but the Tennessee Volunteers defense, that's not really what Josh Heupel does. He's not a defensive guy, and it shows because they've been awful in conference play, giving up 34.7 points per game in the SEC, and even worse in their last 3, they've given up 145 in their last 3 games. Now, if there's any remnant of pride left for the Commodores, and I think there might be, this is the game. I think Vandy keeps it close, he said, with quotation marks around it. I think they keep it closer than 31. I just don't know that Tennessee is 31 points better than anybody in the SEC right now. Give me Vanderbilt plus 31. And taking a look at the big game of the day, part 2, as Oklahoma heads to Stillwater to take on Oklahoma State Cowboys in Bedlam 2021 style. Oklahoma State is 4.5-point favorites here. We're going to take the favorites, guys. It is time to exercise some demons for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. They've beat Oklahoma just 2 times in the last 20 years. Not good. Caleb Williams, he replaced Spencer Rattler, and he was amazing his first 3 games. But you look back and you say, well, he played Texas Tech, KU, and TCU. Congratulations. How do you do against a real defense? Funny you should ask, because the next 2 games he played Iowa State and Baylor didn't go well at all. 47% completion ratio, 13.5 yards per completion. That's about 3 yards less than his first 3 games. 8.3% interception rate as opposed to 1.6, and a 6.3 sack rate as opposed to about 3%. So Yeah, not good. And just 2 completions in those 2 games of over 20 yards versus 16 in the first 3 games. So, yeah, in Oklahoma State, you know what? They probably got as least as good a defense as any of those teams, maybe even better. They bring the heat. They have a lot of very good defensive backs. They are not afraid to leave them on an island. They don't blitz a lot, but they are 7th in the nation in pressure rate, which means they have lots of guys left over to drop into coverage because the front 4 is getting it done. Both of these teams have wild dreams of sneaking into the playoffs. They are each little narrow path there with the right things to happen, but it starts with the victory in this one. I think Oklahoma makes the short drive from Stillwater to Norman. I think they're all going to be pretty bummed out. Give me the Oklahoma State Cowboys to get off the schneid, minus the 4.5. And we're going to take a look in the Conference USA as Western Kentucky and Marshall play a game to qualify to see who will meet UTSA next week in the championship game. Western Kentucky is the visitor here, as Marshall is the host up there in West Virginia. Western Kentucky catching 1.5. We're going to grab that. Yes, sir. One more chance in the regular season to see the leading passer at FBS. It's not who you think it is. It's Baylor Zappi of Western Kentucky. Now, the Hilltoppers been very good in conference play, lost only to UTSA. And like I said, the winner of this one gets could be a rematch. It could be just a regular match with the Roadrunners next week. Marshall, they've been good, but the teams that were able to beat them, they all did one thing well. They threw the football. The 3 teams that threw for the most yardage against Marshall all walked away with victories. That does not bode well for them in this one, as Western Kentucky averages about 433 yards per game through the air. Yikes. They have been very good against Marshall as well. They're 5-1-1 against the spread their last 7. The Herd, meanwhile, they like to finish with a thud. They are 0-8 against the spread their last 8 final games of the season, and they are 0-5 and 0-5 ATS in their last home game. I think that trend continues here today. Give me Western Kentucky catching 1 and a hook. And at the end of those 3, we're recapping Western Kentucky plus 1.5, Oklahoma State minus 4.5, Vandy plus 31. At the end of those 3, you guys can join me as we pick up our winning tickets and head back to the window. All right, guys, you know how I did. Let's check in and see how our cappers did themselves here today. Memmon Funderburk goes 2-2, and he got juiced. Brandon Zerfus, he goes 1-1, and Brandon got juiced. But your cappers of the day, it's going to be a 4-way tie here. Thomas Bowe going 1-0 plus 500. Actually did put 5 units on a play with the Hornets. You knew you had to like that, putting 5 units on it, and that cashed easily. Greg Gillings turned to the NBA. He had the Suns. He goes 1-0 plus 500. R. Rivera goes 1-0 plus 500 with an asterisk. He had a 2-team parlay. One end of it pushed. That was the Cincinnati game, and he did get Cincinnati to cover the short number. So he goes, that 2-teamer becomes a 1-teamer and goes 1-0 plus 500. And we'll finish it up with Ninja 13 going 1-0 plus 500. He had the Washington Capitals. So Thomas, Greg, R. Rivera, and Ninja 13. Congratulations to you 4 gentlemen, because you guys all are the cappers of the day. Well done, boys, and well done to the rest of you. Let's go out, have a little fun today, make a little money. I didn't see anybody on the Zags yesterday in the comment section. I was not either, so congratulations on dodging that bullet. And yeah, a lot of games, a lot of action out there today, a lot of opportunity to make that money. So let's go cash those tickets. All right, you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.